No, Zeebs, so you were meant to be playing against La Rochelle this week, a team coached by your friend Ronan O'Gara, but obviously, sadly, the game was postponed. But I want to know, what are your memories of Ronan as a player?
I had some great memories playing with Ronan, with Raj. We had a really good connection, you know. Funnily enough, he took a liking to me as a young fellow when I was 18 or 19, coming through, getting to train with the senior team, and then not shortly after, I was, you know, playing with him week in, week out, and it was fantastic. It was not too dissimilar to the sort of on-field relationship I have with Finn Russell now at Racing. You know, he's the type of player who's so intelligent and backs the players outside him. Like you give him one call and he'll do it, you know. So I remember scoring a lot of tries off of Ronan, and, you know, a lot of good things would happen generally when we were around the pitch together. So like it was an amazing couple of years. I wish it lasted longer. You know, he was obviously one of my childhood heroes growing up, and he's still a hero of mine to this day. But to have gotten to play with him was incredibly special. You know, some great away victories and some huge games in Thomond Park that will stay fondly with me and live long in the memory.
What was that? Because you just
said,
said,
smart man, by the way, Zeebs. Like I've worked out what you do. It's like you're the winger that gets in with a 10. Hey, Finn.
Yes.
Because Finn's looking to that wing when you're on. He's going, I'm going to smack this across the field to Zeebs because I like that. Whereas he looks at the other one, he's like, I'll keep hold of this. I'll just get it back on the inside. Unbelievable. Very smart man. Very smart man.
It's the number 10 who has to get me the ball, so I have to be nice. You know,
I like that.
But Zebo, you just mentioned there that like Ronan was a childhood hero of yours, and then you got to play with him when you went into Munster. So how was that? Do you feel like the start of your career was how am I going to put this?
Starstruck.
Yeah, were you a little bit starstruck, or do you feel like, you know, because Ronan took a shine to you, maybe your transition into the professional or the senior squad was a little bit easier, or?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I was always starstruck. Funny thing is, even though he's my mate, sometimes when I see him, I still get starstruck. I'm like, that's Raj, like, you know, I have to pinch myself sometimes to, you know, he's a buddy of mine now, like, and but yeah, for sure, when I was coming through from the early days, he just, you know, bestowed a lot of confidence in me, and I was already confident, but, you know, he really made me believe that I could be you know, playing, you know, week in, week out with Munster, playing for Ireland, giving lines a crack, all these things. And, you know, for a young lad in his teens, that was huge, you know, especially coming from somebody like that. So I've nothing but great memories and things like that with Ronan. And yeah, he definitely helped me hugely when I was coming through, because a lot of it when you're a young player coming through is confidence. Yeah, so he definitely backed me, and I love playing with him, yeah.
In your eyes, which moment stands out as Ronan's greatest?
Oh, there's too many. It's ridiculous. His highlight reel is a joke. You know, he's the most, I don't know if the term's used a lot in rugby, but he's the most clutch player, you know, like, so if there's ever a pressure moment, he is by far the most, the best performer under pressure I've ever seen in my life. Any kick or any pass or any kick to the corner or any, you know, anything that you need something to happen in a big game, Raj could do it on his own, you know, irrelevant to the team that was around him. If he had like a pack of 8 forwards and nobody out the back, he'll win the game for you, you know, if the game is big enough. You know, I've never seen a player perform so well under pressure in my life. You've seen all the drop goals, like the Northampton, the Cast, the Six Nations Grand Slam drop goal. The list goes on and on. Like, but to get to those situations, he's had umpteen more pressure situations to even get to those famous ones. So I've never seen a player with more mental strength under pressure than him. So yeah, I couldn't speak higher of him. Yeah, he's an incredible player. There's not one memory, that sticks out. There's literally too many.
Well, I hope you have a few memories for this next section, because he was a hero on the field, but also apparently he was great off it as well. So what was he like on a night out? And you should, I hope you read the script, because you should have known it was coming. And I also want to know if you can tell us maybe one of your loosest memories of him, or just maybe a story from a night out.
there's stories like, but there's a code as well.
Circle of trust here. It's just us three.
I actually, I remember after one.
Come on, Steve.
Go on.
Right out there, man.
You have to tell us. You started it now.
There's absolutely nothing bad anyway. You know, he was just so much crack. But there was just a few nights, you know, like Raj loves the sing song, like, and he loves singing Lady in Red. So like we could be 2 or 3 drinks into the night, but it'll have hit Raj like a brick wall. Like, so he'd have a glass of wine in hand and he'd have big, huge, sparkly glasses on it. He'd be going around with his top off, like singing Lady in Red, you know, after a big Munster semi-final win or a quarter, you know, where we have the following week off, you know, if we were out in the crack. But there's nothing major, nothing that you don't see every week nowadays. But he used to be very good behind the microphone. So Lady in Red, I think I remember, was his song, and we had a few renditions of that late nights in Cork after a few wins. So shocking dancer. I give him that. He always tries to dance, but he is appalling.
But that's coming from a TikTok sensation.
He wouldn't be on TikTok now, that's for damn sure. But he's brilliant crack for a guy who's so serious and so disciplined and so, you know those elite mentality and mindsets and athletes. For someone like that, he's such good crack on the lash. So great guy.